This ABC 15 flash briefing is sponsored by Sanderson Ford. Straight up.
I'm Katie Rammel with your top stories from ABC15 Arizona. The push to make sure every child who wants it has access to the COVID-19 vaccine is happening now. Pediatricians in underserved areas are helping protect younger kids. MVP Kids Care has a supply and will start those child vaccinations tomorrow with walk-ins. One mom who will be here says her personal family's health is the big reason her daughters are getting vaccinated.
And just trying to keep our older family safe and so that we're not transporting anything over to them.
Maricopa County made a deliberate effort to vaccinate people in underserved communities. They're also giving out $100 gift card vouchers at some vaccine locations. 28, that's how many major reported wrong way incidents we've had in the valley already this year. The latest just taking place on the Loop 101 near State Farm Stadium. One man dead after crashing his car into a semi. That man has been identified as 35-year-old Leo Jones. The driver of that semi was not hurt. Officials believe alcohol was a factor in this crash, and that investigation remains open. 5 people, including 3 kids, rushed to the hospital after a 2-car crash in Phoenix. This is the aftermath and damage following it. 75th Avenue and Indian School is where this happened, and officials say at least one person had to be cut out of their car. Investigators now looking into what led up to this. An arrest has been made in a hit-and-run death of a Maricopa County Department of Transportation worker. The crash happening back in March near 71st Avenue and Glendale. Gustav Danielson was removing street barricades from an earlier crash scene when a truck slammed right into him. Another worker also hurt. Glendale police just confirming they've arrested Timothy Valdivia. They say he was the driver. It's unclear how police tracked him down all these months later. The road to victory in Virginia took a side road in Arizona. Glenn Youngkin beat former Governor Terry McAuliffe to become the first Republican to hold that office in 12 years. Many are calling it a monumental upset, but what you may not know is the role Governor Doug Ducey played in Youngkin's win. As chairman of the Republican Governors Association, Governor Ducey getting his share of credit for the Republican win in Virginia, including a tweet from conservative talk show host Hugh Hewitt. Ducey helped raise $14 million for the Youngkin campaign, and he's been credited with offering the roadmap to victory.
We're going to have a record fundraising year for the RJ in this cycle. A lot of that is due to Governor Ducey's efforts. And then encouraging us to continue to focus on the issues that matter to the voters.
In Virginia, that meant talking about the quality of life, public safety, and the price of gas, and not focusing on former President Trump. Republican political consultant Stan Barnes tells us Arizona candidates for governor can learn a lot from that Virginia race. Polarizing politics will not win Arizona, Barnes says. Candidates need to focus on the issues. An eye-popping discovery now leading to just an incredible act of kindness as a Valley woman's last wish is fulfilled. Joe Archambault has spent the past 2 weeks sifting through teddy bears, thousands of them. His sister Ruth recently passed away after her courageous battle with cancer. Through her life, she amassed a huge collection of teddy bears and teddy bear-related items. And before she passed, she called on Joe to do her one last favor. And now it's making a huge difference this holiday season.
I did ask her before she passed, what would she like done with her collection? And she said she'd like to have them donated to the children's hospitals or Toys for Tots.
This is crazy. That's an all-time high for teddy bear donation.
So Toys for Tots right there showed up with their team today, taking as many as they could, but quickly running out of space. They'll be back tomorrow for even more, but say the impact of this donation will leave a lasting impression on our community.
Tracking your forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Amber Sullen. Sunshine again tomorrow, high pressure building in, so our forecast warming up just a little bit. Still down into the 60s early tomorrow morning, but back into the 80s tomorrow afternoon and approaching the upper 80s in some valley locations here tomorrow. By 9 o'clock in the morning, low 70s, 80s start around lunchtime and last until after sunset, and we'll be down to 73 by 9 o'clock here tomorrow night. As we take a look at the forecast across the rest of the state, one spot in the 90s tomorrow, that's down in Yuma. Yuma, upper 80s farther north along the Colorado River Valley and here across central Arizona as well. 70s in the forecast for Prescott, Sedona, Payson, and Winslow, and 60s up along the Mogollon Rim for tomorrow. Now, as high pressure peaks, we're going to peak at about 89 degrees here, it looks like Friday and Saturday, and then high pressure will move on. Another disturbance moves in, and this is going to drop temperatures early next week. We'll be back down into the 70s by Wednesday.
For the latest headlines, weather, and traffic, visit abc15.com or download our free ABC 15 mobile app.
This ABC 15 Flash Briefing is sponsored by Sanderson Ford. Straight up.